It's long been a cafe needed in this park for a very long time. Obviously the house went in the 80s due to arson, and ever since then there's not really been a hub for one, the community, or two, just to get a refreshment. My name's Emma Mortimer and I am one of the founding members of the Palmer's Greenery Community Cafe. We are a group of neighbours basically. We all live on the same street and we like to go out for dinner every Christmas together, and we were out one Christmas and we were having a meal and started talking about the fact that there was nowhere really in Palmer's Green for the community to input into. There was nowhere to meet as a family with young children. There was nowhere just to meet your friends for a cup of tea or meet like-minded people. And originally we thought about starting a pop-up, but gradually as we looked into that we found that it was a bit too complicated. So we came up with the idea of some sort of cafe within Broomfield Park.
So that's just £1.50?
Yeah.
We're not charging for the hot drinks today. It's our first birthday. Thank you. Milk and sugar are just behind you.
It was a massive thing to do. It was a long process. From concept to opening in June was about 3 years, just over 3 years.
So we really wanted to open a cafe that served the sort of food that we like eating ourselves. We did a lot of market research that told us that really what people wanted around here in Broomfield Park was something that was healthy, affordable and locally sourced. We found some amazing local bakers, and they and a team keep us supplied in amazing cakes, and that we would stick to food that was healthy and affordable.
Were there any objections to setting up the cafe in the park?
Yes, believe it or not. Ourselves as a group, and Sarah and I, could definitely see that the Greenery was a win-win situation, both for the local community and for the local council. But there were some people, a few residents and a few park users, not many, and no big deal, and nothing that we couldn't justify or put to rest. But there were a few issues at the very beginning and middle of the process where people were not happy with us converting the building from its current use of toilets that have been closed for 5 years to a community cafe. But we won them over. We had a beautiful day on Sunday. I mean, weather-wise, and the community turned out, and we had a picnic because we were 1 year old, and we basically had a first birthday party. And what we also did was we did the Great Greenery giveaway.
We've got £5,000 to give away today, which is just amazing. Rachel's got cheques for 3 of the groups that we want to support. So we've got £1,000 for the Broomfield Conservatory, we've got £1,000 for the orchard and growing space, we've also got £1,000 for the Friends of Broomfield Park. £1,000 went as the choice of our volunteers on our beautiful new picnic tables, and all of this money is reinvested back into Broomfield Park to make it the beautiful park that we love.
We gave our surplus back into Broomfield Park, back into the projects that are here that I've talked about before, the conservatory and the orchard and the growing space, and just basically got together as friends and family and community and celebrated how brilliant this project is and how amazing our volunteers are, and we thanked them wholeheartedly because without our volunteers we would be closed.
We have grown our menu slightly and we will continue to develop, but the reality is at the moment we're still only open 3 days a week, and our plan always is to open longer on the days that we're open and then for more days, but that entirely depends on more people getting involved. We have an amazing volunteer pool, but we don't want to ask too much of them, and so more people, longer hours and more days is definitely where we want to go. But we feel quite strongly, going back to the food thing, we feel really quite strongly about supporting local food-based enterprise as well. There's an amazing hive of local activity here. So we buy honey from local suppliers. When we can get it, we get our honey from the bees in the Broomfield orchard, and we sell that. We sell it on toast, and we also sell it by the jar. But when Broomfield can't supply us with their honey, we have a fantastic local Enfield supplier. Our popcorn is from a Southgate mum who decided that she wanted to go into healthy, affordable business and found us, and we couldn't have believed the synergy on that. Our stockists are local. We didn't want to make this complicated, and we think it's working. Finding money for this project actually, ironically, was the easiest part of this. The concept was quite in tune with kind of the narrative of the time, and community groups getting together to enhance local areas. And so Enfield did have the Enfield Residents Priority Fund, which was capital investment for local projects, and we put together our business case for them, and securing money wasn't the problem. We asked for £35,000 to refurbish the loos. We had no power and asbestos, and we had to turn basically what were toilets into a little cafe, and the grant has covered that. It was a startup fund, and the money was spot on. We spent every penny, but we didn't need a penny more. And the reality of the situation is that since our launch a year ago, we've been entirely self-financing, which is just how this was always supposed to be.
And I'm going to get filmed trying to take this out of the rack, which is my least favourite task.
I'd retired and I was looking for something to do to sort of spend time, and something that would help a lot of people. And I originally went to volunteer at the Ruth Winston Centre, where I still work, and I'd heard about the concept of the community cafe and loved the idea because I love to bake.
And Kim?
I play netball in the park regularly on a Saturday, and it's well needed, a cafe in the park.
Right, do you enjoy it, Mo? Do you enjoy being a volunteer?
Oh, I absolutely love it. I look forward to my days that I'm on the road to come here. Yeah, it's great fun.
And Kim?
Love it. I've met so many lovely people from all walks of life.
Have you encouraged others to become volunteers, Mo?
Oh, absolutely, yes. And there are 2 or 3 that now come and work here that I first introduced to the cafe.
Now, which cakes are the most popular, Mo?
Lemon drizzle, without a doubt.
Which is Mo's.
Yeah.
And I make chocolate brownies, which are very, very popular. But all the cakes are delicious.
For the cake, please.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
There we go. There's milk and sugar and lids behind.
At the moment, we're open on a Wednesday, a Saturday and a Sunday. We're restricted just basically because to cover any more days we'd need a much bigger base of volunteers. So anybody out there that would like to volunteer, please come along and join us.